Polly down.
Hey, what's up, Lenny?
Polly down.
You been busy? Yeah, I've been busy and fucking 2 hurricanes. Apartment's been invaded by ants thanks to the hurricane. Killed those ants, and now it's being invaded by another huge infestation of ants. So I had to call the office, or I had to put in a ticket today and say, "You guys gotta get the pest guy out here because there's thousands of ants crawling through my balcony." It's like, what the fuck, you know? Well, this is like, yeah, Florida. Yeah, fucking, I just back-to-back hurricanes hit us. My power was out for 5 days. Yeah, well, no, there's just trees down everywhere, there's brush down everywhere. Apparently, the hurricanes destroyed a shit ton of ants' homes because now they're trying to find new homes. So they're crawling all over and trying to get inside the apartments. It's just why I fucking hate ants, man. I can't stand ants. I've lived in Florida for 15 years and I've had to do battle with ants so many times, man. So many ants. That's what I love about Chicago. Love Illinois, man. It gets cold, kills all that shit, you know? I've got I've got ant poison that I used that actually killed the first infestation, which was just like the typical like garden ants or ghost ants. But this next invitation is ants I've never really seen before. And they all have wings and shit. Just not used to playing, I used to play on Fire Mage. It's been a while. Some of them can be queens, but these are not queens. These are some sort of. There's actually ants that have wings that aren't queens, and I mean every ant that's coming in through the balcony, I mean there must be thousands of them, and they all have wings, so they are some sort of worker ants or some sort of other type of ant, which I have not seen before. Normally in Florida, those are the kind of ants you usually see. At least not, I personally haven't. What's up, Val? How's it going, man? How am I doing on damage? Not great. 31,000. I mean, it doesn't put me too far down. I'm only level like 29 or something. I'm not 29. That's scaled up. I think I'm only like 22 or 23 or something. It's been rough. The hurricane, it's been rough. I mean, it's been, my wife's been super stressed out. I love how I keep stealing that free shield. Like every time that priest throws up a shield, I just spell steal it. And for whatever reason, I'm getting the actual shield. Oh, and my internet's crap. Like my internet's total garbage right now. My internet's like dropping. They haven't like my internet's not really fixed right now. Like if I go to Spectrum and say, "Hey, what's the deal with my internet?" Like first off, if I go to Spectrum, right off the bat, you get a big banner that comes up says Hurricane Milton has caused outages in your area. And then if I go to my account and type in my phone number and say, "Am I in an outage?" meaning my account, and it says, "Yes, you are currently in an outage. You are currently experiencing issues." So what's happening right now is my internet's dropping like randomly at any time. Like I'll be like right now I've been playing for about, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. It could just drop and I have to basically just reboot the router and then it comes back. And then it's like an indeterminate amount of time. It's not always the same. Sometimes it'll be up for 5 minutes. Sometimes it'll be up for 5 hours. So I don't know if they're on their end troubleshooting other issues and they're doing some sort of signals. I don't know what's going on, but my internet, just be prepared, my internet could drop at any second. So I fully expect this stream will be interrupted by my internet going down. So I can't read Russian, sorry. Here we can translate it though. Hold on a second. Yeah, let's see. What the hell, man? Gandonium? I'm not sure what that means. It's been a breaking news. Yeah, it's just my wife's been super stressed out, and we didn't have power, so we didn't have air conditioning. So of course, without air conditioning, it sets off my wife's POTS disease that she has because her body can't handle those types of temperatures. She's sending me all these texts.
How do you say tomorrow in Spanish? Mañana.
Mañana.
What about morning?
How do you say morning in Spanish?
Mañana.
Mañana.
What?
What?
How do you say spider? Araña.
Araña.
And skill?
Skill?
Maña.
Maña.
And spider web?
Spider web?
Telaraña.
Telaraña.
So how do you say tomorrow morning the spider will skillfully weave the web? Mañana na mañana la araña con maña teje la telaraña.
She keeps sending me these videos of this guy who takes words from certain languages and puts them into sentences, and the sentences end up being like crazy, like stupid. Like,
So how do you say tomorrow morning the spider will skillfully?
so he says, so how do you say in Spanish, tomorrow morning the spider will skillfully weave the web?
Weave the web. Mañana na.
And to say it in Spanish is mañana en la mañana la arana con mana teja la telaraña. That's actually not as bad as some of the other ones he's done are actually more funny. This guy is a YouTuber or TikToker, I don't know. His name's Remy McLean. Lasagna. How do you say lasagna? Anyway, so the worst part is every time I get into a dungeon, my internet drops. But hopefully you guys have had a better. I mean, the last couple weeks have just been horrible. We had one hurricane hit, and then literally like 2 weeks later, we had another hurricane hit. There were over 1 million people without power in Florida. You know English and French. I only know English and very little Spanish, but there were over 1 million people without power, and over like 800,000 people without internet, and flooding a lot in Thailand. So my internet's so weird because it'll say, "Hey, you're having issues," and you're like, I can't talk to them. They won't even talk to me because basically, if I go to Spectrum on my phone app, let's see, it'll just say, "Outage reported. An outage is interrupting services in your area. We're working quickly to restore your service," which is like, okay. And then if I click on this link here, it goes to a page where it shows me restoration in progress. So if I click restoration progress, we can see that in Pinellas County, okay, so this is good news because I'm in Pinellas County, which has over 150,000 people. Pinellas County, 84% of the people in your county have had their power or have had their internet restored. That was better than yesterday. Yesterday it was around 70%. So it looks like it's going to take probably about 2 more days before theoretically they've fixed this internet. What's my address? Dude, I don't give out my address. I can't really give out my address on the online. I'm in Clearwater, Florida. So well, that wouldn't be too hard to find. It's funny, like it's so easy for people to get that information, right? I'm sure you guys can figure out my social security probably pretty quick. But actually, the one good news is Bitcoins have been doing quite well, I think, today. And let's take a look. I mean, it actually almost hit, Bitcoin actually almost hit 68. It's at 67,300. It almost hit 68,000 today, which is really good. Because once we get through like 70-ish, yeah, once we get through like if we can get to like 72,000, it's gonna crush so many like shorts that it's gonna skyrocket. Like 70,000 has really been the big kind of barrier for it to really like kind of go up. But also 65,000 was a barrier. We got past that. 67, 68 is there's just kind of like a barrier there. So I think if we can get to like 68.5, we should be good. I tell you what, I think we're gonna see. I don't know. I'm gonna say 100,000, and I think I have a bet with somebody at work on that too. I can't remember what the bet was, but I think it was something like 100,000 by the end of the year. But I definitely think the Bitcoin will probably hit 100,000 by the end of the year. I'm just mad that I don't get my bonus until like a month from today. Like in 30 days, I think I get my work bonus. And I'll be putting about 30 or 40% of that bonus into Bitcoin. Which isn't a lot of money, but you know, it's something. I just want to be a whole coiner. I want to be able to get one whole Bitcoin because I don't have a whole Bitcoin yet. I want to be a whole coiner. So, if you guys want to see something fun, so we're playing the Fire Mage just because I'm playing the Fire Mage, but if you guys want to see something really crazy, check this out. I'll show you something funny. I will show you guys something fun, if hopefully my internet won't crash. I am one of these less. Oh, you got a whole good. I am proud of you, Lost. I hope you have many whole Bitcoins. I don't. I don't. I mean, it's expensive. I don't have that much money just lying around to be like, oh, here's $70,000. Not just one. Yeah, but that's great though. One's great because it could be worth millions in about 10 years. Jason, for someone who has not played WoW for a long time since Wrath of the Lich King, do you think it's fun to play WoW T2? I do. I do think, and actually, I am one of the people who's probably the very negative about retail WoW. I mean, I thought the last expansion, Dragonflight, wasn't very good. I thought Shadowlands was the worst expansion they ever did. I'm pretty negative on retail WoW, but I will tell you. Here, let's change the stream title. We're just gonna see. We're just gonna say, just Fire Mage and Protection Warrior, I guess. But I've always thought that retail WoW was pretty bad, pretty awful, I mean, like really bad. But the War Within, and you guys heard it here first. The War Within is by far the best expansions that they've done. Oh, yeah, Throne of Liberty is pretty awful. Oh, I don't really follow the story that much, so I don't really worry too much about missing the plot. I mean, I don't think that. I think if you want to just catch up on the plot, Jason, there's plenty of YouTube videos that you can watch that'll talk about the story from each expansion. There's videos out there that'll go through that'll have one video that'll basically just cover every expansion story. So you can just watch the video and it'll go through each expansion, explain the story and the plot. If you want to catch up, just go to YouTube and do a search for WoW expansion storyline or something. There's plenty of videos out there, but the plot's pretty nonsense, I think. But I will say, and yeah, the plots are pretty silly. I don't really follow them too much, but as an expansion, the War Within is actually really good. I'm actually very, very happy with this expansion. I think it's really good. There's a lot of stuff in the expansion that I actually really enjoy. It's just really good. Yeah. Let us see if we can find some PvP. Doesn't look like there's anybody. I think it's probably because there's no event. Yeah, there's no event going on here, that's why. Alright, let's do this. Let's do an arena skirmish too, what the hell. I haven't done arena skirmish in a long time. You've been playing the other WoW? Throne of Liberty just isn't, I mean, if you want to talk about Throne of Liberty, go to Stoops' video. I'm a big fan of Stoops. I really like Stoops' content. So if you go to YouTube and pull up Stoops and go to his channel, not Stoops Highlight, just go to Stoops here. And actually, that was the video we want. He's got a video called Throne of Liberty is Ruining My Life.
These dungeons for really powerful loot at a
and watch this video. If you're really interested in Throne of Liberty and you think it's something you might want to play, watch this video. Stoops does a great job of talking about the early game, talking about kind of what the play's like, about the daily quests and kind of how the mechanics work in the game. And he kind of will try to explain to why how the game works and is this something that you would enjoy. It's a really good video. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of Stoops. He's one of my favorite YouTubers for MMOs, and I don't have that many that I like, but He's definitely one of them. But yeah, I don't think Throne of Liberty is like my type of game. You know, it's not really my type of game. So.
Lovely.
Yeah, I mean, Korean MMOs typically aren't very good. The problem with Korean MMOs, I would say my biggest thing with Korean MMOs, one is the way the gear is usually, um, the progression of the gear usually is a RNG based thing that's kind of painful, because a lot of times the progression fails, and so a lot of your gameplay revolves around getting regions needed to attempt to upgrade your gear, and then a lot of times it fails. So it just becomes this kind of grind that really isn't that fun. So this is gonna be interesting. We're going to do we're gonna do an arena skirmish. This is gonna be fun. And it's a 2v2. So this will be interesting. And I don't know who my partner is yet. There's one player on the other team. Okay, so I have a warlock. So we've got a Affliction Warlock here. I'll try to do my best. Oh, let's go ahead and change this to Morale Killer.